says she wants to Uber home now, 'cause you're just not her type of guy. But she still wants to be your friend, and if she meets her Mr. Right, then maybe you could help her move her stuff when she moves in with him. But for now, she just wants an Uber home. She says it's not that you're not handsome, you're just not her cup of tea. 'Cause she's got better things to do than to hang around with you. She's got other ways she'd rather spend her time, and that's why she just wants to Uber home. Even though they say she's out of my league, I'm coming up with a plan. I'm gonna change the way I strut my stuff. I'm gonna be a new man. I'll make her homemade ice cream, ice, milk, and sugar, and you shake it all up to make her homemade ice cream. Capers on top, and I'm gonna make her mine with my homemade ice cream. Ice, milk, and sugar, and you shake it all up to make the homemade ice cream. Capers on top, and I'm gonna make her mine with my home. The deficit's at an all-time high as carbon emissions fill the sky, and North Korea's firing bombs as political accusations fly, and California just got hit by a swarm of killer bees. And now you tell me there's a fucking global disease. COVID-19, COVID-19. I've been sitting here in quarantine while the nightly news tells deadly tales of COVID-19, COVID-19, COVID-19. Could you spare some hydroxychloroquine? 'Cause I think that I've got COVID-19. COVID-19, COVID-19. Take another shot of Listerine as we raise our glasses high again to COVID-19, COVID-19, COVID-19. I had sex with Candy Finkelstein in a dream I had about COVID-19. And I can't wait till I'm dead from COVID-19. There's something broken inside of me, something no one else can see. Something hurts and it's way down deep. I think there's something wrong with me. I've got friends that I never see. They say they don't have time for me. I try to reach out to my family, but I just get voicemail. I try to watch TV, it only saddens me. Everyone's yelling and screaming and fighting in the streets. I put some food in the microwave for forgot about it for several days. Then when I found it, I just threw it away. There's surely something wrong with me. All the kids in the neighborhood tell me I don't look so good. How I would change it all if I could, but I can't. Every day used to be such possibility. Now every road that I take leads to failure and despair. Here we go. There's something broken inside of me, but whatever will be, will be. I guess it's just my fucking destiny, because there's something wrong with me. Lay it. I guess it's just my fucking destiny, because there's something wrong with me.
Testing the mic, 1, 2, 2. Testing the mic, 1, 2. Check. 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 Testing the mic, 1, 2, 2. Help. 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 Please. Help. Someone. Please. Help. Help me. 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 Check. Hello everyone, and welcome to Henry's Kitchen, where today we're going to be generally playing games, opening some gifts, doing some chatter, playing some music. Unfortunately, I won't be cooking a dish today, and I'll tell you why, and I know that's disappointing to a lot of people. As some of you may know, over the winter time of 2024, I had a little bit of an infestation with cockroaches. Well, I saw one the other day, and they say that if you have one that you see, that means in the walls there's millions upon millions of them crawling around. And so that means that I need to take it easy. I don't know what it is about my food that attracts various critters. You probably remember the fruit fly epidemic that I had back in 2023. We got through that. We got through the cockroaches of the winter of 2024. We're going to get through this too. But I just thought I would give it a little bit of a break. I've sprayed everything down. I've been pouring boiling water down the drains, as well as raw, undiluted vinegar. And you want the raw kind. That's apparently the new thing. Trooper Gaddy says, just remember they are more afraid of you than you are of them. Yeah, that's true, and that is comforting. Especially since they don't really do anything. They don't bite me. But I pour water on them that's so hot that they literally just sizzle to death. So you're absolutely right. They're much more afraid of me. And it makes me feel guilty in a way. But I don't know why it is that cockroaches are, for whatever reason, an insect, a living creature that we want to kill. They don't know that they're trespassing, and maybe they're not trespassing. Maybe they're like, fuck you, dude. We were here first. It's a territorial fight over real estate. But I think it's just because they're not very good looking. It could be that at some point way back in our evolution, we developed a fear of anything that looked like that. Maybe because they passed diseases. I don't know. But maybe we've since cured these diseases and we're still holding on to the grudge. It's all very confusing to me. Mochi's Nirvana says, should I send you the link to DoorDash just for today? That's very nice of you, Mochi's Nirvana. But no, I think I'll be okay. JB's text says, some of them fly. Yeah, the palmetto bugs down in Florida fly. That shouldn't be a thing. I'm much more afraid of those than they are of me. You know what? That's really a pretty good point right there, JB's Tech. Once they start flying, all bets are off. That's not cute. It was all fun and games. You know, we have fruit flies, we have cockroaches, but when you're looking at a cockroach and all of a sudden it starts to fly, that's almost cheating, I think. And they have those in Key West, Florida, where I'll be in September. You can go to henryphillips.com and look at the tour date section and come party in Key West. So, on the subject, I want to say Naperville, Illinois. This is a place called Danny's Bar and Grill, and we did it last year, and it was a blast. There must have been at least 35 Twitch users, the people that you see in the chat, showing up. And not only did we do the show, but we also did karaoke afterward, and we had a lot of fun. You can see the link to get tickets. It's $20. It's a Chicago suburb, so if you're flying in from, say, I don't know, Japan, for example, you probably always wanted to see Chicago. Why don't you just go to Chicago, and then on one of the nights, it'll be a Saturday night, I believe. It's June 28th, at the end of this month. You can come out to Naperville and see a real gastropub situation where they have live music. And last time we were lucky enough to be graced with the presence of B.B. King's daughter, and she sang some amazing songs, and some of the users were recruited as backup singers. It was really an incredible time. I tried to sing the song Living on a Prayer, and it went so poorly that people were laughing at me. But you know what? That's the way that my kitchen career started too. So I don't really mind being laughed at. I didn't embrace it when I was in high school. I'll never forget the time that there was a girl, Nancy, that I had a crush on in high school, and she had dropped her pencil or something, and I said, let me get that for you. And oh boy, sorry. I bent down to get the pencil, and I didn't realize that there was some stupid pipe or something above me. And so when I came up, I lifted my head, and I hit my head on the pipe. And she laughed at me, and I gave her the pencil. And then she went and made out with Shane, who was the school bully. Artist Jock says, ever tried crossbreeding fruit flies and cockroaches? No, I never have. But I think that's what somebody did down there in Florida, and that's what gave us palmetto bugs. And they're also bigger than the other ones, too. So it's awful. Nancy Drirdles asks, was I concussed? Yes, I was very concussed. Just at the whole situation. Okay, we have a message here from Everyone Type Forsen. Everyone Type Forsen says, I do not authorize Mark Zuckerberg to sneak into my house and eat anything in my fridge. With this statement, I notify Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg to leave my milk, eggs, butter, cheese, veggies, sandwich meats, pickles, and leftover pizza alone. Signed, Everyone Type Forsen. Okay, Everyone Type Forsen, thank you very much for that declaration, if you will. I do want to say that this is not a binding contract. This is sort of one of those chain copy pasta type things that went around and got mostly older people like myself confused by thinking that they could just declare that Mark Zuckerberg couldn't do something and then that was going to be legally binding. But it's not true. And also, this isn't Facebook. It's the wrong platform. I guess it would be who owns this one? I guess would it be Bezos? I know that Amazon. It gets confusing who's involved. I think at the end of the day, we all kind of work for Disney somehow. Okay. Boner of a Lonely Fart says, I was sat next to history. Oh, I'm sorry. It went by pretty quick here. I was sat next to the typical popular and beautiful cheerleader in history, and she asked me if I had any gum, and I looked directly at her breasts and said no. That was our only interaction. Yeah, no, sometimes you're shy, and so you try not to make eye contact, and then in doing so, you wind up making it look even worse, and it's hard to explain. Okay. Everyone type Forson says, my grandma sent me that message. Is it not legally binding? I don't believe so, especially if you're doing it on a platform that's not even the one that the guy owns. All right, everybody, we're getting off just a little bit here. I want to thank, wow, this picture behind me is fantastic. This comes to us from Janie Mango, and it's Yellowstone National Park. Look at that. I believe I drove, correct me if I'm wrong, Janie, but I drove up Highway 15, Interstate 15, all the way through the country. So that would be from Southern California. I went through Las Vegas, and then on the outskirts of Zion National Park, and then through Salt Lake City, Idaho, and eventually got to Montana. And I think that anybody who has a map, let me know. But I think that if I was still on 15, I did go through, because it looked very much like this, except for it was wintertime. But it's absolutely stunning. Thanks, Janie Mango. This is a beautiful picture. And you're right. Everyone should go to Yellowstone. Everyone should go there right now. Let's meet right now. Let's say right by the river there. Would that be the Missouri River? Is that right? Even though that's very counterintuitive because Missouri is all the way over. But I think it is. I remember that being confusing to me. This is a great picture. I have not seen the show Yellowstone, but I did watch one of the subsidiary shows, 1893. And that was very good. Sam Elliott, if there's anything with Sam Elliott, I'll watch it. I don't care what it is. Nancy Drudels says, is this quiet time? Oh, God, I hope not. Is it quiet? Caffeinated Cat says, Henry, I just got back from our annual Las Vegas trip. Do you have a good Las Vegas story? I really don't. I mean, every story that I have ends with me losing all my money and then going to the ATM and finding out that I don't have any more money in that. And then calling someone back home and seeing if they can wire me money because I need to get a cab back to the hotel. But then I use that money thinking, well, if I put it on black on roulette or something, maybe I can double it. And then I wind up losing that. It never really ends well, but hopefully your Vegas story went better than that. Sorry, I'm having a situation that happens sometimes when I drink coffee, but I'm still going to drink coffee despite that situation. Because I love coffee and I'm kind of an idiot. Boner of a Lonely Fart says, I read 1893 in high school. I didn't realize it was a book. Alexander Dean says, Sam Elliott was in Frogs. I've never seen Frogs. I don't know about that. Depressing drawers. I nearly got thrown out of a casino in Vegas once because my bets were so stupid. They thought I was trying to cheat. Boy, that really just sounds like a metaphor for so many things in my life. Okay, everybody. Thitchin' Hat says, hey, Henry, I recently rewatched the movie Gummo, and I learned that the vaudevillian term tumbler. Have you ever served in such a role? A tumbler. I don't know. What is that? Is that somebody who mixes drinks, like a mixologist? Or maybe they have a tumbler? Is that the equipment that you use to mix the drinks? I don't know anything about it. Everyone type Force and says that's a Tumblr. No, Tumblr is some kind of website, I believe. Back when I was, a young stud, I guess, in my early 40s, I used to use Tumblr to try to meet girls. Okay, everybody, let's go ahead and get the guitar. We're going to put the reverb on. Check 1, 2, 2. Fondue Yourself says, I was waiting for that turn into a D's Nuts joke somehow. Yeah, they usually do. I didn't cut my fingernails, and that makes it difficult sometimes to play this guitar. But I'm going to do it anyway. But you might hear a bad note here and there. Let's see what we've got here in the way of... Here, JV's Tech wanted to hear this song. This is a Bon Jovi song. And you probably feel the same way about Bon Jovi as I do. He sucks, but we love him. I think that's the way I feel about him. Caffeinated Cat says Henry the something or other, and then there's a spiral vertigo looking thing. I don't know what that is. Boner of a Lonely Fart says, is the song you play to show off to the girl in the thing about guitar lessons a real song you composed? Yes, I believe so. I think I used my green room musings. That's on the internet somewhere. It's check it out if you have a link to it. I don't remember what it was called, but I do remember I was about to tweet it, and then I was like, boy, I really come off as a creepy guy in this. Maybe I'll just let people find it. But, I was acting, and that's what you have to do. But I really fell into that part way too easily. Okay. Fat Hunger says, like Frankie said, he did it his way. Yeah. Frankie, of course, Frank Sinatra. Because Bon Jovi was definitely on that kind of terms with Frank Sinatra where they just called each other. Frank called Bon Jovi Johnny, and then Johnny called Frankie. And I'm calling both of them by those names too. Caffeinated Cat says, happy 14th month sub from everyone at the office. Thanks, Caffeinated Cat. So Caffeinated Cat watches from an office, presumably while they're working, unless they're on a very long break. But I always thought that's cool. So they're getting work done, and they've got Henry's Kitchen in the background, and I'm over here saying, things that are probably not all safe for work, but if you work in a particular industry, like the entertainment industry, nobody gives a shit. So I think that's cool that you guys watch. And unfortunately, Caffeinated Cat, I'm not going to teach you how to cook today because I'm having a cockroach problem, a resurgence of an old cockroach problem. But that's okay. Under the Sky So Blue says they write it off as a business expense. Yeah, absolutely. You can write your subs off as a business expense. Thanks, Caffeinated Cat, for resubscribing. And Boner of a Lonely Fart also resubscribed for 8 months. I appreciate that. Okay, let's go ahead and do this Bon Jovi song here. Alright, so we're not going to use the capo for this one, but first I want to make sure Everything's working from a technical perspective. You can see me, you can hear me, you can hear the guitar. It has reverb on it, and everything is right with the technical aspect of the world here at Henry's Kitchen. Am I incorrect about that? Oh, reverb is off. Oh, we're going to have to fix that. There you go. Thank you very much, Boner of a Lonely Fart. Okay, here we go. It's all the same. Whoa, that's all right. I don't know which key I'm going to do this in. It's all the same. Only the names will change every day. Seems we're wasting away. Another place where the faces is so cold. Faces are so cold. I drive all night just to get back home. I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride. I'm wanted, dead or alive. I'm wanted, dead or alive. Sometimes I sleep, sometimes it's not for days. The people I meet always go their separate ways. That's usually a personal problem. If people are going their separate ways every time you meet them, it means you have a social disorder. Sometimes you tell the day by the bottle that you drink. Times when you're alone, all you do is think. I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride. I'm wanted, dead or alive. I'm wanted, wanted, dead or alive. Yeah, I walk these streets, a loaded six-string on my back. I play for keeps, cause I might not make it back. I've been everywhere, standing tall. It's too high for me. Seen a million faces, and I've rocked them all. I wonder what exactly constitutes rocking a face. I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride. I'm wanted, dead or alive. Wanted, wanted, dead or alive. There you have it, everybody. That's Dead or Alive by Bon Jovi, has requested it to us by JV's Tech. Thanks, JV's Tech, for that trip down memory lane. Disappointment says, really nice, Henry. Thank you very much. I'm not disappointed in your comment, and I'm glad you weren't disappointed. Under the Sky So Blue says, I'm glad this was a song. Oh, I'm glad it was this song. Usually whenever I hear Living on a Prayer from him, yeah. And Living on a Prayer, I butchered in Naperville, Illinois. And what the fuck? Hold on a second. Borsenvin just gifted 10 Tier 1 subs. Amazing. Thank you so much, Borsenvin. That's very kind of you. It's really wonderful to see something like that. I really appreciate it. And the subs are up and down, but thanks to you, Borsenvin, we've pulled the sub count to 394 subscribers, which I think is incredibly respectable, and just teetering on that 400 area. And thank you for that. Hey, I have a video that I compiled. So there's this guy who gives lessons. His name's Mark Zabel, and I've been following him for years, and he's great for guitar lessons. And it seems like a really nice guy. I don't know why, but his graphic arts person left. It just up and quit. I guess they call it quiet quitting. And he hasn't known this for many, many years. So I'm going to show you right now a compilation of videos that I've made of Mark Zabel over the years, pointing at what's supposed to be a graphic there, but his graphics person left. So let's go ahead and take a look at this.
You like this one? I think you'll like this one as well, so check that out, and you'll enjoy playing it too. If you did, you might like one of these two videos where I do some more Beatles from Let It Be. You got this. Hey, if you like this video, I bet you're going to really love this video. Why don't you check it out? And that I got from the great Mick Taylor of the Rolling Stones. So click here to get the scoop on that. Should you just noodle around the scale and see what happens? No, you shouldn't. Click here to see how a master studio musician from the 70s did it beautifully and how you can too. So click here, and that's simpler and quite different than this one. Click here. It's another perfect solo that makes a great song even greater. So click here, but if you like learning this little trick, you're going to love this one. A trick that I learned from the late, great Danny Gatton. So go ahead and click on this. I'll see you in that video, and I'll see you on down the road.
So there seems to have been some kind of a technical glitch. Guys, if I'm ever pointing to something in the air and there's nothing there, please, please tell me. Okay, Dan the Dork says, I keep trying to click there, and all it does is make my browser full screen and windowed back and forth. I know, it's very frustrating. Kuroshi 006, I keep clicking on his picture on the wall, but it doesn't do anything. Wilson's stepbrother says Jerry Garcia with a banjo in pic behind him. Oh yeah. Fondue Yourself says, I don't like when people say I'll see ya in videos, because no you won't. Except here, because there's chat. That's right, and I won't see you, but you'll see me. So I guess what I should do when I end my videos is, okay, see me next week, or whatever. Okay, everybody, we're getting off just a little bit. Let's get back onto track. We also are going to open up some gifts today, so I want to do that. All right, let's see here. We've got Pancake King sends a picture here. Pancake King says, for the last 10 days I've been house sitting for my dad and stepmom. Twice a day I let their pet geese out from left to right. Mr. Blue Leg Band is a jerk. Miss Rocket in the back, currently sitting on eggs, but came out to say hi. Boss, white band, boss, jerk. Miss Green band, kind of a jerk. Wow, that's a vast open space. You must not be in LA, because I know I met Pancake King when I did a show in LA, but this does not look like that. It looks like it could be like in the Central Valley or North LA County maybe. I'm not sure, but either way, it's very cool. Janie Mango says geese are typically a-holes. I didn't know that. I don't like to paint any creatures with a broad brush in terms of their personality, but it does seem to be a consensus here, as Zone Seek says, that this is a gaggle of jerks. All right, well, thanks, Pancake King, for sharing that picture and for that information. Shouting Tom sent this one. This is a Henry's Kitchen fan art, and it apparently, I'm not sure exactly the story here, but I think it had something to do with starting the blender and not knowing it, and then having the edge of the ice cream here get get fucked somehow. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's do another one here. Dark Aegis, one of our resident photographers. Not that everybody isn't a photographer, but Dark Aegis is a resident photographer who will be there in Naperville, Illinois at Danny's Bar and Grill, I believe, taking pictures with Lisi, and it's going to be a good time. Again, if you want to come to the show at Danny's Bar and Grill, you can just go to henryphillips.com and click on the tour dates, or you can go to henrys.kitchen. It's $20. It's going to be a good time. It's near Chicago. And there's other dates on there too you can check out. All right, so there's a story behind this picture too. Dark Aegis. Hey, Henry, Elise and I are currently in Moab. Is that Utah? Saw a beautiful sunset from windows in Arches last night and thought maybe it might make a nice backdrop. So I did a quick edit on my phone. Probably won't be able to catch the stream, but I hope you and the users are having a really good time. Wow, you guys travel in style. This is absolutely amazing. Very, very cool. Let's use this picture as a nice background for our next song here, shall we? This next song here comes to us from Nancy Drudels. Nancy Drudels, and this is a little trip down memory lane here. This is the band called Ace. And it's called How Long? Wait, this is gonna drive me batshit nuts. There's a little OCD inspiring gap in the thing there. Okay, here we go. How long has this been going on? Uh-oh. How long has this been going on? Well, your friends in their fancy persuasion don't admit that it's part of a scheme. But I can't help have my suspicion, 'cause I ain't quite as dumb as I seem. You'd be surprised. You said you'd never intended to break up a scene this way, but there ain't no use in pretending. It could happen to us any day. How long has this been going on? Is this yacht rock? I think it is. Well, your friends and their fancy persuasions don't admit that it's part of a scheme. But I can't help but have my suspicions, 'cause I ain't quite as dumb as I seem. Same lyrics the second time around. And you said you were never intending to break up our scene this way, but there ain't no use in pretending, 'cause it happens to us every day. How long has this been going on? 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 There you have it, everybody. Well, that's a song that was sung by Paul Carrick, who eventually was the singer for Mike and the Mechanics. You would think it'd be Paul and the Mechanics, but it was Mike and the Mechanics. Boner of a Lonely Fart says, is America yacht rock? It sounds similar to me. You mean the country, America? Oh, you mean the continent. Oh, I know, you mean the band. Yeah, I think it's a little yacht rocky. Definitely. I would say Sister Golden Hair is definitely in that. Any song that you would listen to on a yacht, which is actually probably a large category of songs. Borsenvin says, I am dancing in the golden hour sunset light on my very own boat. Oh, so it is yacht rock indeed. Listening to Henry's tunes. Is this the sweet life I have been waiting for? I feel as if I just sat after a long year of standing up. Wow, that's a great way to say it. Thank you, Borsenvin. Borsenvin lives on a boat, I believe. And it must be somewhere near the Mediterranean, I'm imagining. But what a great metaphor. I feel as if I've been standing up for the last year, and now I'm finally sitting down. I've been standing up for 35 minutes, and I feel like I want to sit down, but that's okay. Thank you, Borsenvin. Let's check in with some of our alerts here. I want to thank again Beelzebub, Tier 3 subscriber for 37 months. Dendra Leon gifted 2 Tier 1 subs. Sanus Florida Man, Into the Ink, who there's rumors is going to be there with us in Key West. There's already some users starting to book the trips there. And Wilson's stepbrother says, is that a Guild guitar? It sure is, Wilson. It's a Guild... not sure what to say about it other than that it's a very small 3/4 parlor guitar, they call it. It is a pretty guitar. When I first bought it about 15 years ago, it was a little shinier and a little more young and pretty looking, but now I think it's aging pretty well. Caffey resubscribed for 34 months. Thanks again, Caffey. All right. Everyone type Forson says, I'm currently dancing in the darkness, stowed away inside a boat, listening to Henry's tunes. Is this the dark life I've been waiting for? Feels like I've been camped up for a long time. I think that's very similar to what Borsenvin says. I'm starting to get this crazy suspicion that maybe there might be somebody running 2 accounts. Hey, let's go ahead and show another video real quick. This is a video that I made last year during my travels. Boy, if I can find it. Hold on. That's not it. This is Archie. Here.
Sometimes the conversations get me down. Oh, and sometimes you talk until my head spins round. You paid the price for your sanity. Now, baby, look at you. So much for your honesty. What do I say? All been said and done. Here I go again. That drifter on the run. Well, I don't know all the clever lines. Is it true? What did I?
Hello? Hi, Henry. We talked on the phone.
Oh, you're Jake?
Yeah.
That was part of the Highwayman series. It was an episode called Henry Meets Highwayman. Brett Bain says, is there a song about roast beef? Kitty needs a theme song. No, I don't believe there's a song, but there is a video from when we did some sort of a craft project with roast beef. Let me see if I can find
I
it.
think you'll like this one as well, so check that out.
Whoops.
sometimes the conversations get me down. Oh, and sometimes you talk.
Don't look now, shit on a shingle, everybody run for the western side. Don't look now, shit on a shingle, everybody's drinking turpentine. Don't look now, shit on a shingle, everybody run for the woods. Someone shitting on a shingle and it isn't very good. Don't look now, shit on a shingle, everybody run for the western side.
Yeah, that was one of the earlier projects that we made. Sometimes we don't know what to do here at Henry's Kitchen, so we just made a craft. And I think that was a fun episode. All right, let's see what else we've got in the way of songs here. We got a song by Percy, Persie, requested here. Let's change up the background image. Thanks again, Dark Ages, for that awesome picture. Pug Lady, how do you not like this picture? This is Pug Lady, a dog named Millie. Now, Pug Lady, I'm going to assume that since your name is Pug Lady, that this is your dog. Pug Lady 2600 says this is Millie's service dog identification photo. Well, you know, I've seen a lot of cute things in my lifetime, but this might be up there with just about any of the best of them. This is one of the fucking cutest things I've ever seen in my life. Sorry for the language, but every now and then you get emotional. I love animals, and I love this picture, and I love that Millie is a service dog. Does that mean that Millie makes maybe elderly people in a hospital situation feel better? Is it sort of one of those things, or is Millie actually out there solving crimes and stuff? Or maybe she's a mascot for public service announcements, similar to our, what's his face, Smokey the Bear. I'm curious to know in what service Millie serves. Brett Bain says, I'm uncomfortable with the level of profanity in this channel. We need more profanity. Yeah, you know, I tend to use profanity because no one ever really liked me, and I'm internally a very angry person, so sometimes profanity is a way for me to sort of cathart. Is that the verb? Computer, volume 10. Computer, is cathart a word?
Yes, cathartic is a word in the dictionary.
No, I didn't say
which is
cathartic,
usually
you
defined
idiot.
as a
Computer,
coordinated
stop.
purging of the emotions or
Stop.
releasing of emotional tension.
Computer, stop. Sorry. Pug Lady 2600 says, no, neither. She is of emotional service to me alone. Ah, that's wonderful. Well, thank you very much. Borsonvin says, I catharted hard this morning. Yeah. Okay, Calicus says, is it summer yet? No, I believe that's, computer, when is the first day of summer?
In the United States, summer begins on Friday, June 20th.
So it's coming up. And we're going to have to do the summer song because that's one of my favorite ones. Thanks for bringing that to us, Calla. Dan the Dork says, sometimes I cathart under the blankets and hold them over my wife. I think that's called a Dutch oven. Are you Dutch? Brett Bain says, Alexa versus Siri, who wins? Ooh. That's sort of like one of those Predator versus whatever the other guy was. Boner of a Lonely Fart wants to hear a little Bryan Adams. Let's see.
Got my first real 6-string, bought it at the 5 and dime. Something in her fingers bled, was the summer of '69. Me and some guys at school got a band and we tried real hard. Jody quit, someone got married, should've known we would never get far. And when I look out now, the summer seemed to last forever. And when I held your hand, damn it, it was now or never. Those were the best days of my life.
Summer of '69 by Bryan Adams. Very popular song, much more popular than his follow-up song, The Winter of Anal. Karoshi 006 says the Jackie Chun of Ukler Goatse fame. Oh, okay. All right, let's go ahead and do, we've got one more song request that came through. This is Percy, wanted to hear this song from Hall & Oates. So thanks again, Pug Lady, for giving us that awesome picture of your namesake, the pug. Gumme Kande sent us a picture that looks familiar. Pancake King will tell you that those of us in the Southern California area see this every now and then. Looks like a black bear. Is this in your backyard, Gumme Kande? Very cool. Calicus says, those were the best days of my life. Yeah, I think I did the math, and Bryan Adams was actually, I think, 8 years old in 1969. So I don't know how awesome those days could have been for him, but he sure did get started young. And he said, should have known we would never get far. He got pretty far. He had a lot of hits. But a lot of times songs are bullshit. Okay, Lisi, another one of our resident photographers, sends us this awesome pic. This is from a camping trip. I assume Lisi and Dark Aegis are together in Moab. This is awesome. Why don't we use this as the background for our next pic here? For our next song. Here we go. This was Hall & Oates, who took the world by storm. Many people don't remember that Hall & Oates actually closed Live Aid, the concert with 100,000 people at JFK Stadium in Philadelphia, the American version of it. I mean, they went on after Madonna and, geez, I think Queen was there. Yeah, I mean, people underestimate how badass Hall & Oates was. And we're going to go ahead and do this song of theirs that used to play constantly. Okay. She'll only come out. No, I'm not going to sing it high. I'm sorry. She'll only. I'm going to capo this. She'll only come out at night, the lean and hungry type. Nothing is new, I've seen her here before. Watching and waiting. Oh, she's sitting with you, but her eyes are on the door. So many have paid to see what you think you're getting for free. The woman is wild, a she-cat tamed by the purr of a jaguar. What? Wait, hold on a second. A she-cat tamed by the purr of a jaguar. Computer, what is a she-cat? I think it's just a cat that's a she.
A she-cat is a female cat. The term is commonly used to refer to adult female cats, although it can also refer to younger females who have not yet reached puberty. In the wild, female cats are often more solitary and territorial than male cats, and they may form small groups with other females but rarely with males. She-cats are often more aggressive and territorial than male cats and may be more resistant to breeding with male cats.
So it's literally just a cat that's a she. So I didn't realize that you could just put the pronoun in front of, like, I guess that I'm a he human. I'm a he human. Sorry, that's just new to me, but I guess they were right. She-cat is a real thing. And tamed by the purr of a jaguar. Money's the matter. If you're in it for love, then you ain't gonna get too far. Oh, here she comes. out, boy, she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes, she's a man-eater. Oh, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Oh, God, she's a man-eater. I wouldn't if I were you. I'm trying to audition for the upcoming jukebox musical about Hall & Oates' music. I know what she can do. She's deadly, man. She could really rip your fucking world apart. Mind over matter. Oh, the beauty is there, but a beast is in the heart. Oh, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes, she's a man-eater. Oh, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man-eater. Fondue Yourself says, love that it's about a literal feral cat. I didn't know that. So this whole time I thought they were talking about a girl that you don't want to mess around with because she plays with guys' emotions and stuff. But apparently it's been about a cat this whole time. That's not that interesting. Okay. We have a couple of orders of business here. You may notice that there is no Henry's Kitchen sign up there. The Henry's Kitchen sign is alive and well, but it's not there right now by design. Because we're going to check out this, which was given to us by the users. I'm going to undo the tie. This looks like an incredible gift. It's a neon sign. And I'm not going to, this isn't going to be the purpose or the new place. Holy shit, this is a pain in the ass. Okay, there we go. But we want to see what this looks like. I should probably put something there. Here, I'll put the garlic press here so it doesn't slip off. Whoa. Oh, you guys probably can't even see that. Hold on, there's a remote that came with it. Oh, but it needs batteries. Okay, we're gonna figure out how to do that at some point, but we've at least got it set up. Depressing Drawer says it's like staring into the burning bush. Yeah, it really is. Wow. I wish you could see how pretty it is from my perspective, but it's just too bright. Is there a setting in the picture here? Let's see. No, I don't think so. No. Now I fucked up the... Hold on. Sorry, everybody. You can't really mess around with this kind of stuff. Whatever. All right. That's going to have to do for now. I shouldn't have gone in there and messed with the settings, but I'll take care of it. Jackie Chun says, you say too much bad words now, Henry. It scared me. I think I've always kind of been doing that. No, I'm sorry if it's a little too much. But I'm sorry, Jackie Chun. I certainly don't want to scare anybody. I apologize. Okay, well, let's go ahead and we have one more item. This was something that came down the pike in my P.O. box, and I don't know what it is, but it looks like it's a gift from the users. I hope it's a gift from the users. I don't know. I don't know who else it would be. Oh, wow. Looks like some fun cooking stuff. The return address is somewhere in California. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's a note. No, there's not a note. I think this is a general user gift, but it's probably the gift committee, Parasitosis, as well as Beelzebub, It's Kate, and so many others, and I always start listing people and I feel awful when I don't list them all, but you know who you are, and thanks to the users for this. Let's see if we can open this now. Oh my goodness, this looks like great stuff. Tongs. This is great for tongs. If you're making your hot dog, you can flip it over like that instead of doing it with your hands like I've always been doing. This is amazing. It's going to require more dishes that I'm going to have to wash, but that's okay. It's better than burning my hands. And what do we have here? This looks like tongs as well, but this is what you call slutted when it's got the holes in it. But this one you can't really tong quite as easily, I don't think. How does it open? Beelzebub's there. Do you know how to open this? I don't want to break it. Dan the Dork says pull the ring out. So it's some kind of Lord of the Rings type shit. This? That didn't do it. Or push it in, Dan the Dork says. Ah, there you go. Wow, look at these tongs. Now I've got two tongs competing with each other. Flip a dog with that, you know, maybe flip something else here, maybe toss a salad. This is great, you guys. And look, there's one other item. Oh, it looks like still another tong item. Oh. Now I know how to do this. You push the ring in. Whoa. We've got tongs galore here at Henry's Kitchen. I can't wait to get back to cooking. And we've also got this incredible Dutch oven that was gifted to us. Not the type of Dutch oven that somebody mentioned earlier when you fart under the covers or whatever. Nancy Drudel says Tong City, Gator Tongs, Pancake King, yes. All right, everybody. It's Kate X says they're perfect to be used on the Dutch oven as they won't damage it. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, so this really does go along with it. This is sort of a rubbery thing. Oh, great. Yeah, because the Dutch oven is made out of glass on the inside or something, and it's terrifying for me to think of the fact that I might damage it because it looks like such a nice item. You can see it in the background there. This is amazing. Thank you so much to the users. I feel like the gifts keep coming in, and eventually I'm going to figure out how to get this not so bright, but from my point of view, it looks absolutely beautiful. I think what we're going to do is we're going to wrap up, and I'm going to do a raid. We're going to find somebody to raid who actually cooks, so that way you guys can still get a cooking lesson in today. Parasitosis says, looks like the neon sign is about to start on fire any minute. I've got eyes on it. I think it'll be okay. I might light this kitchen on fire with this thank you song. I'm going to use the Hall & Oates melody, and I'm going to say thank you to the users, the moderators, the technical advisors, as well as the folks that run the Discord, the Tier 3 subscribers, just the general people who have done so many great things here at Henry's Kitchen. I want to thank you. And I'm going to go ahead and close out with this thank you song, and then we're going to raid somebody who cooks and see what they're up to. To the tune of Hall & Oates' wonderful song, Man Eater. Flockin' and Dingo Bop, Dom Beef, Hot Bear 1110, Do Dingle, Dog Ogle, Dr. Flanges and Bacchus, Shane Yes, Beelzebub, Mochi's Nirvana, It's Cade, Kairos, a Bumble Vision, and the LGX. Chef Reactions, Husky Boyo, Bill Larkin Music, The Toily, Nim Moon Moon, Amaru, Orca Mine, S-Fan and Bonnie, Dazzle, Catler, Little Quest, Boris and Vin, Parasitosis, Snella, and don't forget Quanto. I'm having a hard time remembering the chords. D's Nuts, Game Master Flash, The Cat Food Taster, Cheerin' Next, Mochi's Nirvana, Red Hot Hibachi, Ransom, GR, S City Tis, Michelle Heffy, Embry 225, Yargasm, Nico Taso, Michael Bublé 4422, Passion Era, Minho Shin 64, Midnight Faded, JSBX Fan, SCD Tiz, Pool Boy 789, Lacey T, Purple Donut, Filling is Fruit, Tankard and Borsonvin, Zodiac Tone, Gary Busey, ASMR Shandis, Nova Glarian, Mr. Gooseberry VT, Dazzle, Cat's on Bane, Toke My Nuts, Saguaro Woo, Burrito 555, Dinosaur, JB's Tech, Sickly Boy, Beelzebub, and Lips 1, Caitlin's Kitchen, whoa, here she comes, don't forget Quanto. Okay, everybody. I am overwhelmed by these gifts that are going to help me use my Dutch oven more properly, and I'll be able to cook next time. I'm going to take care of this problem because I'm a professional cooking explainer. I can't be messing around with things like cockroaches and bugs and stuff like that. I need to get it done. Look, we've done this before. You remember the fruit fly wars of 2023, the cockroach skirmish of the winter of 24. We're going to beat this. We're going to get on the other side of it, and we're going to do it by Sunday. This Sunday at noon Pacific, I'm going to use the Dutch oven. Parasitosis says, next stream, teach us how to make napalm so you use it to kill the roaches. Oh, that's good. I haven't looked into napalm. Thanks, Calicus. Thank you so much. And Saguaro Ooh says, thank you, Henry. Someone has to cook, and I don't want it to be me. Yep, it's sort of the curse of my life, but you know what? It's something that I'm good at, so I guess it's something that I have to teach people. Thanks, Pancake King. Thanks, everybody, for joining us here at Henry's Kitchen. I'm going to do a raid on someone who cooks, and that way, what would it be? Food and drink, right? And let's go ahead and say English. Who do we got here? I like to find people that don't have a ton of viewers. Well, who's this person? This person's only got 3 viewers. It says, food truck live from the Selena Moose. 2 dads, chicken, and fries. Do you guys want to pop in on somebody who's working at a food truck right now? That sounds like a great thing. Borsenvin says no, but you might have said no before I said that. It's Kate X says sounds good. Okay, this person has 3 viewers. Let's give him a raid. Looks like he's working at a food truck right now, doing some real work out there for some real people. So let's go ahead and hit it. 10 seconds, everybody. Thanks again, and I hope you all have a great rest of your week. And thanks so much for these awesome gifts. Thanks, Nancy Drudels. Thanks for the song requests. Mac Daddy, miss you till Sunday. I'll miss you too, Mac Daddy. Thanks, Parasitosis. Here we go. Raiding a food truck.